$5,000 per month. So at the end of the year, they're down $62,000. This is brutal. They're effectively broke.
I make almost $300,000 a year. I should be able to go to a $150 a month gym membership.
I'm feeling shitty that we have this much credit card.
$300,000 per year. They are in $150,000 of credit card debt. Today, we're going to explore the psychology of how people get into serious debt. And as we begin, I want you to listen to how their conversation about money starts. Dining out and drinks, $2,200 a month? Shopping, $1,859 per month? So they're losing $5,000 per month. All right.
Not sure exactly how to go about changing that. And without a specific plan in mind, it feels overwhelming. It feels unattainable sometimes. And so like, why bother? No. But that's kind of my attitude is I'm not working full time right now. I will be in the next couple of years as the kids get older and we'll catch up, and it doesn't stress me out the way it stresses him out. So when I hear this kind of like, I always tell Forrest, you're so doomsday about it. And I get it. It's very stressful to him. He's the one looking at the numbers every day and I'm not. So I'm a little bit less connected, and I have the attitude of, we'll catch up. It'll all work out. And
does it work out?
We are in debt and we don't want to be. So it hasn't worked out yet in that sense.
Bob, I did get laid off, and it took like we were weeks away from like if my income stopped coming in, it would not be good from a financial perspective. We would pretty quickly lose everything.
Lose the cars, lose the house, lose all the assets, all of it. At 91%, what does it tell me?
That we have no money.
Yeah, that's correct. You have no money left. You're effectively broke. If 91% is going towards fixed costs alone, I don't even have to look down the rest of the CSP to know that you're not saving, you're not investing, you're probably still overspending on guilt-free spending, but you don't really have that much. And this right here, that one number is the source of enormous stress to American households. What we actually have left is negative $5,200 a month, or negative $62,000 over the course of a year.
I think that we are both very similar in that I say we're both the take the trip kind of people. You know, you only live once. Let's live our lives to the fullest and enjoy it. And again, like this naivete of everything will work out. Forrest likes to ski and cycle, and I like to, you know, go to yoga and travel. And I know those are bougie things, but I don't care that my house isn't as nice as my neighbor's house. But I know I do care about the adventure and the fun and that kind of lifestyle.
Why did you get into credit card debt multiple times?
Spending money that we didn't have on things that we wanted to do and just saying, we'll worry about it later, right? That's
why.
Because we wanted to do the things more than we wanted to deal with the consequences.
Do either of you ever say no to spending?
I think the simple answer is no, we don't.
If we want to fix these numbers, we can. But it will require you changing your entire worldview on money, on your relationship with it, and candidly on your relationship with each other. Create your culture of money, and if you want, you can change it. Let's find out now where they've been spending their money, which will tell me a lot about Forrest and Kathleen's money culture. Some of these items include travel, tickets to professional sports games, entertainment, trendy. First of all, who the hell calls it a sports game? Probably a guy who doesn't go to any. Tickets to professional, whatever. Trendy outdoor cooking equipment, yoga classes, subscriptions, and bikes. Listen in.
One was $5,000 and the other one was $6,000 that I didn't have the money for.
What the What's a $6,000 bike? Bike? Motorbike? Bike? What is it? What the That just looks like a Huffy. Let me make sure my logic is correct. I'm just looking at the number. I just want to make sure I understand this. You have $65,000 in credit card debt, and you have a $6,000 bike on camera right behind you. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds?
Yes.
Okay. It's a waste of money. We were fooled by it. Somebody sold it to us, and we didn't know better then, but we know better now. we could make that money work for us someplace else.
Okay. So you don't like being ripped off?
Right. I think that was the saddest part, is seeing your salary and realizing we had so much debt and it didn't feel good and the money didn't fix the problem.
Did you do this conscious spending plan together?
We did. It was not the 20-minute version of the conscious spending plan.
How long did it take?
About 2.5 to 3 weeks, I believe.
What? 3 weeks?
Let me tell you, it doesn't turn you on, I'll say that.
We don't have a simple financial situation, I will say
Can
that.
you just come here, Ramit?
I'm speaking with Susan and Jeff. Susan is 48. She's a stay-at-home mom. Jeff is 51, and he's a surgeon. They've been married for 19 years, and they have 2 kids, ages 12 and 14. Now, if you know my book or if you've watched my Netflix show, you know that I talk about financial advisors occasionally. You know that I never want you to work with a financial advisor who charges you a percentage of assets, or AUM. On the Netflix show, you saw me work with Natalie, and she was going to end up paying millions of dollars right into her advisor's pocket, all in fees. So I get a lot of questions from people about this, including Jeff and Susan. And I understand that this is a complex topic, right? Should I hire a financial advisor? How do I find the right one? This is an important one. So I wanted to dedicate an entire episode to this issue. I wanted to show you what really goes into how financial advisors charge you money, and also some of the surprising psychology. When it comes to hiring a financial advisor, many of us feel good delegating our money to someone else. So for this episode, I collaborated with a partner, Facet, a service that offers affordable, accessible financial planning through a flat fee membership, not a percentage-based AUM fee. Today, you're going to see the look on Susan and Jeff's face when I show them how much they are paying in fees. You'll also hear me show them how to graciously get out of their advisor relationship, including a word-for-word email they can send. Notice what happens, by the way, when we go through their spending. Quick message before we dive in. I was reading this article about dating red flags. For example, being a MAGA Republican or listening to Joe Rogan. These are real, statistically valid answers that they took on a survey. That got me thinking, what would be the top financial red flags in a partner? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to share in my newsletter coming out this Saturday, October 28th. Make sure you're on the newsletter so you don't miss it. iwt.com/podcast newsletter.
Susan, what's the biggest recurring disagreement that you have about money with Jeff?
The whole life insurance policy.
Paint the picture for me. Where were you and what happened?
So this has been recurring for a long time, even back when the policy opened 15 years ago. I remember hearing through Susie Orman that whole life insurance policies are not investments, that you shouldn't have them. That most of the money goes towards paying the financial advisor's pockets, not really as an investment. And so before children, before we were even making any money, we started that policy. Yeah, I'm always bringing it up.
Okay, so tell me where you were when you brought this up again.
At home, probably maybe even at the pool, trying to brunt it.
What does that mean?
Just he gets agitated about the possibility of, as Jeff says, we're so far in because we've been paying for it for 15 years. Why stop now? It's only a couple hundred a month, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, it doesn't matter if it's a couple hundred a month. It's still a ripoff. We could take that money and put it someplace else where it would actually make a bigger difference. But I don't know all the numbers. I can't say, well, we've already put in this and this is what it's worth. You would make X amount of money if you stick it someplace else. And plus there's a loan against it. We took out money against that. And I have the numbers for that, for how much we owe back at an 8% interest rate. So that makes my head explode also, that we owe money. And Jeff says, well, that doesn't matter. I don't care about that because that'll get paid off if the policy gets paid out. I don't know how true that is either.
Meaning somebody dies? Is that what we're talking about?
If he dies.
I'm the somebody, yes.
He's the somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, technically that is true. One day when you die, there will be a payout. All right. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
I know we've had this conversation, and I think my answer since at least, recent years has been if we really want to control our finances, we should focus on other things first, because this isn't really a huge part of what will make us successful or failure.
Okay. How long has this conversation been going on?
10, 12 years, I guess.
Okay.
The prorated amount for the rest of the month plus the sign-on bonus and how much taxes came out of it kind of blew me away. I don't know if you remember that.
Do you remember what you said? I've
No.
never been so disappointed in $35,000.
Yeah. I was expecting, with what I knew, a gross monthly salary would be for the $380 that I signed on for, plus a $50,000 bonus. I was expecting, probably at least 50 total. We didn't make discrete plans, but in the process of trying to get moved and this and that, we had already accrued some debts. We borrowed money from my parents, and that didn't feel very good. Going as a doctor and a specialized doctor and a surgeon, to have to borrow money from your parents to move, so to speak.
Let's listen.
I think that was the saddest part, is seeing your salary and realizing we had so much debt and it didn't feel good and the money didn't fix the problem. We made $380,000 a year and it was still like scrambling. Still couldn't do everything. I wasn't like rolling around in money. I didn't feel any better. If anything, I was more scared because I was wasting it and I wasn't being intentional. And that was awful.
Were you always scared of money?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't grow up with a lot of money because I had a single mom and my dad wouldn't pay child support. So we always had the house and we had food and things like that, but we didn't do anything extra. We never went on vacation. We never went out. I never dreamed bigger. Even marrying Jeff, knowing that he was going to be a doctor, it didn't occur that it would ever be kind of even like my money. I was always still scared that I was going to have to be able to take care of myself and still be able to live within my means, like things like that. Yeah, couldn't dream big with it. But these people come to the hospital. And
they love doctors.
And they look for the doctors.
Young doctors. And
they look for the doctors in residency that are only making $60,000 a year.
Let's just talk about why every financial services company loves doctors. I have doctors in my family too. So first off, we should all acknowledge that doctors have a reputation as being the worst profession in the country with money. Let's talk about the dynamics here. So you have some 30-year-old doctor who's like a resident. They've been in school forever. All their friends are making good money for the last 10 years. They're sitting here making like $40,000 a year, and they live in a cramped little apartment and they work like 18 hours a day. And they're told that someday they're going to make money, but they never even think about it. And suddenly somebody comes knocking on their door with a free lunch. Okay. And they go, "Oh, this is so cool. We'd love to help you organize so that you're the specialist at this. We specialize in that. And you do what you do best and we do what we do best." Jeff, any of this sound familiar?
Absolutely.
All right. So they come specifically for doctors because doctors have effectively a guaranteed high salary. And it's not that risky of a profession. Like if you're a doctor, you're probably going to be a doctor for many decades. How old were you when you got into the whole life insurance thing? And the advisor?
I was an intern. It's like my second year, my formal intern. So
yeah,
30.
2007, 8.
Was it the same person, by the way, who got you into all these products?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was a representative of one particular directional company.
Chet.
Yes.
What company was it?
All our disability, life insurance, kids' life insurance, term insurance is all in.
I'm going to explain something right now that's going to blow your mind. Consider that if you go to a doctor, you expect they're going to take care of you. They're going to put your needs first. They even take the Hippocratic oath. I will do no harm or injustice to them. If you go to a lawyer, you expect that they're going to represent you. But if you go to a mortgage broker or a whole life insurance salesperson, or even most financial advisors, could you expect the same? No. Most financial advisors are not legally required to put your interests first. Do you understand how insane this is? And understanding why this is allowed is going to blow your mind even more. In finance, there's a term called the fiduciary standard. A fiduciary is someone who is required to put your interests first. Well, guess who opposes a fiduciary rule? Wall Street. In fact, they've actively tried to water it down and abolish it altogether. And along with their Republican cronies, the Trump administration killed the fiduciary standard in 2018. Do you understand what this means? It means if your mom or your dad or your grandparents walk into a financial advisor's office, someone who is presumably supposed to help them, that advisor might sell them some larded up insurance policy or fat fee mutual fund masquerading as a good investment. And actually, that's exactly what happened. After the Trump administration killed the fiduciary rule, sales of fixed indexed annuities soared by 40%. These are piece of products. As Bloomberg wrote, quote, a client would have foregone on average an estimated $54,000 in profit per $100,000 invested. Do you understand what I just said? The client would have lost over half their money to these horrible investments.
After 150K, people stop tracking money. That's pretty much what happens. All right. So wait, so how did that start a fight?
We were just
He was
arguing
like,
about
there's-
the numbers. There's no
Yeah,
way we
because
could.
There's no way guilt-free spending is $13,000 a month.
Right.
And I'm
That's
like,
definitely
I don't
not
know what to tell you.
guilt-free.
We have a teenage daughter and she won't stop going to Sephora and Lululemon.
You can start to understand how, gosh, like it's actually totally realistic that we might be spending $100,000 a year and not even realize.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
It's awful.
That created a little friction, I think.
That's awful.
That's just reality.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
when I hear that, like I've had times where I look at my own spending and I go, oh my God, I can't believe that I spent that much in the last 6 months on this one thing. And again, assuming you have the cash flow to be able to make this a lesson, what's the best thing you can do? You can be like, oh, wow, it really got away from me. I need to put some controls in place. Maybe I need to sell a couple of these things or stop doing it. But let this be a lesson to me. Your groceries are $2,800. All right. So you like to eat well.
We that surprised us as well.
Do your kids participate in the grocery shopping?
Not much. Rarely.
Okay. All right. 2,800 is a lot.
Dining out was outrageous. I think it was over $3,000 a month, wasn't it, Jay? It was crazy.
It was outrageous.
So you're spending 2,800 at the grocery store and then 3,000
And then-
eating out. What in the last 2 weeks? Where'd you eat out?
Well,
Dan?
Le Bernardin and Peter Luger Steakhouse.
Peter
in New York. But that was not
That's just a
most
one-off.
weeks.
That's just a
Yeah.
one-off. How
Yeah.
about the prior 2 weeks? Also Peter Luger, but that's just a one-off also.
Yeah. We
But then
do.
we would have date night. And if we have
Yeah.
date night, it's not unheard of to spend $350.
665,000. That's Jeff's salary, right, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
your take home is 426,000 a year. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very healthy salary.
Yeah. it's
Great.
Big shovel.
All right. So 426,000. Let's acknowledge that at 426,000, the game is a little bit different. My wife is a personal stylist and
Yeah.
she often goes into people's homes and she does a closet clean out and she shows me before and after pictures. And it's quite revealing, right? People's closets actually tell you a lot about who they are and how they live.
Mhm.
What I'm seeing instead is a full closet in your fixed costs. Is just a lot of stuff.
There's a lot coming out.
Subscriptions,
Yeah.
pets, groceries, the car, but not even the car, but it's the tolls and the this and the on.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I'm seeing a lot of
Yeah.
nods.
Mhm.
Just builds on each. And 50
Yeah.
years old, right? You've been in your careers for
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
It gets a little sloppy after a while, but this
Right.
is actually a great opportunity. It's like, okay, let's take a fresh take. It's not like, again, with the income, all this stuff can be fixed and fixed quickly.
The nails comment. I just have to point this out. This is a couple earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and Susan is rationing doing her nails. It makes no sense. Worse, we see a common trend on this show and in the public at large of moms who give everything to their families, then they spend nothing on themselves, and they unconsciously teach that lesson to their daughters, which then gets transmitted generation to generation. It's literally happened multiple times on this podcast. Remember episode 31? Lindsay had shrunk her rich life down to shopping at Target. And while she really wanted a massage, she told herself she couldn't do it. She wasn't worth it. And when I asked her what lesson she was teaching her daughter, she began to cry. If you want to teach your children about money, the best thing you can do is to have a healthy relationship with it. That means you dial in your conscious spending plan. You talk frequently about how you spend money, what you spend money on, why you spend money, including guilt-free spending. Teach your kids that it's okay to spend money on the things you love if you are saving and investing every single month.
All right, so here we have a basic investment fee calculator. We're going to start with $835,000, which is what is in your retirement account that is managed by somebody charging 1.24%.
So that's everything all said and done, I believe. I think it's like 460 that's in those two brokerage accounts.
Oh, great. Okay, let's change it. 460,000. Okay, good.
Why don't we say we'll live to 85? So another 35 years.
35 years. Great. Then let's just see what happens to the fees. Your additional contributions to this account are 0.
Right.